So let's see how AutoSuggest works in Studio 2015. We're going to start out with this segment here that has an exact match here. I just removed it here from the target for a demonstration. As we start typing the first letter, because I have this set to one letter, one word, as seen in the blog before, as I type the first letter, then I get 3 suggestions. And these 3 suggestions come from this exact match. So I don't only get the full phrase, but I also get parts of the phrase. This comes from the AutoSuggest dictionary. So let's assume that we have that. And we go to the next segment, and in the next segment we have an 80% fuzzy match. If we simply go here and do this, that's not going to show me any suggestions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start typing the segment from scratch. When I type the first letter, I see that I have now from what was the text from the previous segment, I get now the same parts or the same sections as we saw earlier, but now these are marked as fuzzy matches because this is a fuzzy match, it's not an exact match. So because this is very limited, my TM, that's all I get, so I would have to type the whole thing. When I start typing after the word not, I start typing and then because this last part matches what I have here, then the fuzzy suggestion gives me the opportunity to select that. So I get that, confirm. And now both of these have been committed to the memory, so they will be available for suggestions in AutoSuggest. I get to my next segment, and in this case there is no exact match or fuzzy match from my translation memory. So what happens in that case is the concordance is triggered. The auto concordance search is triggered, and I get these matches here. So in yellow I see the parts, in yellow highlights I see the parts that are concordance matches. Let's see how that works. I start typing here, and when I type the first letter, now I get again those same sections from the phrase or from the sentence that I saw earlier, but now they are marked as concordance searches because they are not fuzzies and they are not exact matches. So I start typing, and of course I have to modify this because it's not exactly what I need. So in that case, you see how when we get none of the first part, I can't use it because it's not similar enough. But when I get here and I type the first letter of the word match, it takes that word from the concordance matches here, so that I can use. I go to my next segment, and again it's going to be concordance matches because it's not a fuzzy match and it's not an exact match. So I start typing here. That was from the AutoSuggest dictionary. And as I keep going, none of this is in my TM, so I'm not getting any matches there, but now we get to this next segment, and again, no matches, and I see that there is the concordance search shows that a concordance has been launched, but it tells me that there are no matches. But how can that be when I have exact match here and I have fuzzy match here? So there should be some sort of concordance matches offered here. Well, the thing is that my threshold for concordance searches is probably not close enough to what it needs to be. So what I can do when I see that and I want to fix that or to improve my leverage, I can go here to project settings, and I can go to search, and I see that my minimum match value for concordance is 70. So I'm going to lower that to 50, and it gets bold to show that this is not the default setting, and I click OK, and now I get concordance matches here. So what I wanted, an exact match, is an exact match, a fuzzy match, I'm getting all of that. simply by lowering the threshold in the concordance search. So I start here, and you see I have this one here. And of course I get this one as well. So in order to leverage that, I had to lower my search threshold for concordance. Here, because my threshold is already lowered, you see if I were at 70% or better, I would only get this one. But now I'm also getting this match. Again, no exact matches, no fuzzy matches, so that means I get concordance matches. If I go here, now concordance match, the words concordance match are not in the TM, but they are here in my term base. So I'm not getting them here. I'm not getting the full phrase, but as soon as I type the first letter of concordance match, then of course I will get it here. And I already had the word better from earlier, from this segment here, so I get it there. And as I confirm my segments, all of that information is being stored in the translation memory and is immediately available for matches, for suggestions from AutoSuggest. So here's another one, and we already know what's going to happen. No exact matches, no fuzzy matches, but these are the concordance matches. And once again, we can see how we only get these concordance matches because we changed the search percent threshold. If it were still at 70%, we would be getting nothing here. So in this case, it's a good idea to have done that. And I go here. As soon as I type the first letter, of course I get the opportunity to do that. Now I have my settings in such a way that the suggestions are ordered from the shortest to the longest, which is why I have that. If I did the opposite, this would be the first suggestion there, and I could get it immediately. So that's how this works in Studio 2015. There are some other settings that we can change to alter, to modify the leverage and the results that we get, which I will be exploring in a separate video.